Today, I'm going to show you how to pack up the 16-liter Matador Freefly backpack for a weekend budget airline trip. It's a packable backpack that most people will throw in another bag to be used as a day pack at their destination, but I think this bag is so well made that you could actually use it for travel. With just a main pocket and a front accessories pocket, this thing is super simple to pack out. So let's go ahead and do that right now and then talk about the bag afterwards. So as you can see, this tiny little 16-liter backpack can actually fit quite a bit inside. Now, this bag is completely unstructured, so it's definitely not going to stand on its own or anything like that. There's also not really any padding in this bag, so if you're bringing electronics along, be sure that they're in their own case. Also, the shoulder straps don't have any padding, but if you keep things pretty light in the bag, it's actually a pretty comfortable carry, especially with like the harness system up here on the top. So this is how the bag is going to fit on me, and just for reference, I am 5'9", 175 pounds. So you can see it has a pretty small footprint, but yeah, everything actually feels relatively comfortable for a packable bag. So overall, if you do pack this thing out pretty minimally, I do think it's a pretty comfortable carry for a weekend trip. You can definitely fit a bunch of stuff in here. The material is kind of stretchy, so if you do need to really pack it out, kind of as you can see right here, you can see that tech pouch in the front, but you're gonna be okay because it is really strong, the material's really strong, so if you do wanna stretch it out, it's gonna be no problem at all. So final thoughts, I probably would use this bag more for its intended purpose, which is a packable day pack. I just like a little more structure, to be honest, on my shoulder straps. I don't care as much about weight in my backpacks. I feel like I pack minimally enough that when I do pack them out for a weekend trip, you know, I'm not really worried about that 7-kilogram limit. I also like a little more padding in the back panel. But you know what? Like if you're an extreme minimalist, this could work really well for you. Before we go, I just quickly wanted to talk about a couple of other bags. And I've had both of these for quite some time now, but I've kind of been avoiding reviewing these because, to be completely honest, I kind of just don't vibe with these bags. Now, nothing's wrong with these bags. They are both very well made bags. They just really don't appeal to my personal style, but I did want to share them with you today because there are gonna be people out there who are really going to like the style of these bags. The first one we have here is by a brand called Nectrum, and this is the Vanta 22 backpack. It is very well constructed, so if you do dig the look of this bag, I highly suggest checking it out. The other bag we have here is by the brand NayoSmart, and this is the Herman Pro Half-Roll top backpack. And I really actually do like the material on this bag. It's just kind of the form factor that I'm not a huge fan of. But like the Nectrum, this bag is very, very well constructed for the price. So if you do dig the look of this, I highly suggest checking it out. So lastly, let's check out what I've been listening to this week. And let's come over here to the record shelf and pull this 2005 album, Guero, by Beck. And this is one of my favorite Beck albums. It's right up there with Odelay and Midnight Vultures for me. And those other two albums were also a collaboration with the production duo, the Dust Brothers. So Odelay, Midnight Vultures, and Guero all had production from the Dust Brothers on those albums. If you don't know the Dust Brothers, they're a very important production duo that were around from the late 80s until the mid 2000s, but they became really famous for their production on the Beastie Boys' Paul's Boutique album. But yeah, they had a bunch of collaborations with Beck, and I think it's Beck's best work when he did stuff with the Dust Brothers. The Dust Brothers didn't have like a huge catalog, a huge production catalog. They did do the Fight Club soundtrack, which is a really sick soundtrack if you haven't heard that before. But yeah, if you're just starting out on Beck, this is definitely a really good place to start because the songs they're poppy, they're funky, they're soulful, they're a little weird, but they are definitely accessible compared to some of Beck's other stuff. So start with this album if you're trying to get into Beck, and I think you're gonna really enjoy it. With that, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.